Okay, hello! Welcome to Mini Chats, and this is basically me ranting. So, have fun and enjoy listening to me rant. My mentality is more becoming anxiety is scared of me. Like, I genuinely believe anxiety might be scared of me. Like, I literally wake up and I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna do it. Or I wake up and I'm like, oh, well, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Like, I don't feel scared anymore as I once would have. And like, I think that comes in with like my confidence. And I'm not talking about just my looks. I'm talking about like overall as a whole of having confidence and not having anxiety anymore. And it just feels so much better. It feels free. And I definitely think that God has helped me. He has definitely helped me through this journey of mine. But it really started when I graduated college and I was like, I have no job. And I was like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Usually like, college grads are like, oh, I got a job, I got an internship lined up, I got a job lined up, something, blah, blah, something helped me. Nothing helped me. But me being optimistic, I was like, something's gonna work out, like, yeah, like, love life. And my grandma was just like, okay, you don't have a job, so like, why don't you just teach overseas? And I was like, oh, I can do that? Like, me going overseas, like, I can do that? Like, leaving my friends and family? I can do that? So then I started getting interested in it. Obviously, I did my research. I did a whole bunch of wabadoo boop for it. And I went overseas and taught in Korea. I'm so blessed till this day that I've gotten the experience to do that. And so this leads me to anxiety is scared of me just because my friends were like, what if you hate it? What if I didn't? And then I was just like, I would never know until I try. If I have the opportunity to do something, I should do it. And that's the whole point. Like, if you have an opportunity, go out and do it because you have the opportunity. Like, if I was not in a position to make that choice, I wouldn't have. But since I had the opportunity to make that choice, I did it because it's like, at the end of the day, it's an experience. Who cares if I didn't like it? I grew from it. I got there. I didn't have any friends, obviously. I mean, my friends were my co-teachers, but I was like, what else? Like, making more friends, like meeting more connections. And I really deeply love making connections. Like, I graduated a communication major, and maybe that's why. But I really, really love communicating and connecting with others and just seeing like why you do the things you do. Honestly, now that I think about it, maybe I could have been a psych major, but like, I don't know, because that goes into the wellness behavior of like how people act and stuff like that. I love that too. Okay, that was a little side note, but my major is communications, and I really, really love to talk and yap and talk about things and yap about things and just be me. Okay, anyways, I download the app Bumble BFF, and I was like, okay, like, this is so cool. So then it's like a dating app, but it's like for friends. So it's like, I've never been on it, but I've heard a lot about it. And people have said like, oh, have you heard the horror stories on it? It's like, yeah, but like, things happen every single day in our lives that could happen. So it's like, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Whatever God's plan is, it is what it is, in my opinion. So fast forward, I downloaded the app, I met some people, from like the UK, which I was just like, this is so cool, because like their accents, and I'm like, I've never met someone from the UK, and it's just interesting how they grew up versus how I'm growing up. Like, I just love to tie in the differences, because it's so interesting. Like, it's so intriguing. Like, oh, that's what makes you you today. That's why you make the actions you make today, because of how you grew up, So I was talking to this one girl. She's from the UK, yabba, and she's like telling me like she's in school, and it's like more of like for styling, but I think her parents were like, they didn't agree on it at first, but then she's like, well, if I'm going to school, this is what I want to go to school. This is what I want to go to school for. She put her foot down. And I really like that. Like, I really admired it. She's like, I think she's like 19. And like, I really got inspired because like, I was like, damn, like, I wish I was 19 and told my parents that, because like, honestly, like, that's just so amazing. And you love what you're doing. And like me, I had anxiety from doing what I wanted to do. I could never post a video like online and be like, here you go, guys. Like, you see me and my friends like watching me. But for some reason this year, I was like, I don't care. Anxiety is scared of me, and I want I want her to be scared of me because the places that I could go and I would never know, you see other people doing it and it's just like, I'm so inspired. Why can't I do it too? Don't let anxiety take you away from things that you want to do. It's all about how you perceive the world and not how the world perceives you. So I'm back. My light was dying. I just let anxiety be scared of me at this point. Who cares what people think? Like, what is that gonna do for you at the end of the day? Like, the way they think of something, and then is that supposed to make me change my mind because you thought a certain way about it? No, it shouldn't. This is your life. Your life. You were brought in this life for something special, and don't let anyone take that away from you. And anxiety is taking that away from you. So, I mean, some tips that I would do to start off with people that have anxiety is just start the theory of rejection. Like, know that rejection is okay. Know that in some circumstances, you will be rejected. You will get rejected. It's okay. Actually, fun fact, the school that I graduated from, it rejected me. But then I tried again and, guess what? They accepted me. You will get rejected, but that doesn't mean rejection is no. That doesn't mean rejection is not forever. It doesn't mean anything. Rejection, it could be a billion things. Rejection is just for now. Like, rejection is just a no for now. And that's okay, because maybe that's not what you're supposed to be doing yet. Maybe you have to go somewhere else to get accepted, to go back to that place to get accepted again. And it's okay. That's how life is. Like, sometimes you will get a no, and that's okay. Rejection is okay. It's okay to get rejected. If anything, it will make you like a stronger person. Well, they said no. Well, guess what? I'm gonna boss up and be better, because what do you mean no? Like, you're telling me no? Like, no, that's not what I want to hear. Because at the end of the day, I'm a princess and I deserve everything that I want. So you saying no is what, not in my vocabulary. So what that tells me is that I have to boss up. So yeah, we can do the thing. And that's okay. Like, bossing up is always good, because guess what? That means many of yeses will come through. Many of yeses. And then you can pick the other one that didn't say no to you. So it's just all how you perceive, like, this thing of anxiety. Anxiety will always be there, but it's if you can conquer it. Like, if you can go out there and conquer anxiety, oh man, you are that woman. You are that man. And you should conquer it. Make excuses about it. Like, don't sit there and say, oh, well, I don't know, like, if I can do it. I don't know if I want to do it. I don't know. When you're saying, I don't know, or you're thinking about something, that means you want to do it. But anxiety is the other thing that's stopping you, because she's saying, no, like, maybe we shouldn't do that. Maybe we shouldn't do that, because what if this happens? What if that happens? Like, no, girl. You tell anxiety, back up. Tell her, no, like, actually, I want to do this because this is what I've been dreaming of. And anxiety stops dreams. Like, oh my gosh, do not let anxiety mess your dreams up. We don't do that here. We do it big here. You know what I'm saying? So don't let her stop you from being the woman, from being the man, being the person you want to be. It is so important to just get out there and do what you want to do, because life is way too short. Like, girl, I literally woke up and I was like, I'm 20 what? I'm 20 what? I'm 20 what? Like, hello? But I'm 25 and I'm perfectly happy about it, because being 25, I've learned so much in these 25 years that has helped me become the woman that I want to become. All of the little things are adding up to big things on who I want to become. Literally, do not focus on the big things. Don't say, oh my gosh, my biggest goal is to get this. Like, my biggest goal is to get a car this year. Don't say that. Don't say that. Just say, I am going to get the car, and this is how I'm going to do it. Because I feel like when you say, your goals, like, oh, my biggest goal is to get this, my biggest goal, my goal. It's just all you just talking. You know what I'm saying? You're just talking about it. Like, how are you going to do it? How will you get there? You know? And anxiety kind of messes you up when you just talk about it and say, like, my biggest goals are blah, 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 blah. You know? And then other people might comment on that and say, well, why is that your goal? Or why? Depending on who your friends are and your family are. Be careful with those around you. But if you have your real ones around you, you know, they support you. But not everybody has that. So I'm saying, if you don't have those real ones around you, don't say nothing. Like, don't say you want this and this is my goal. Because I kid you not, they're going to talk, and then that anxiety is going to get to you and be like, do I really want to do that? Why would I do that? And all these questions that you didn't have before are clouding your mind. So keep things to yourself, but also make a system for it. Like, if you want your biggest goal this year is to get a car, get that car, girl. But also, how will you get that car? List how you're going to get that car. Okay, I'm going to save this amount of money. I'm going to save this amount of money. I'm going to get this in this month because I get this bonus that month, you know? Really plan and have a system on how you're going to get it. And then those anxieties, they're gonna be at a whisper. They're gonna be more maintainable, because then when you get the car, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I did it! Like, I did it! Like, oh my God, I did it! You know what I'm saying? And so, like, it's gonna feel so much better once you accomplish that, obviously. But at the same time, like, while you're trying to get on your journey, really be in tune on who and how you're going to get it, okay? Don't focus on when you're gonna get it. Focus on how you're gonna get it. And this will definitely help with the anxiety. It's so crazy, like, how your mind has all these thoughts in your head. Like, oh my gosh, for me especially, like, if I have to make a decision, like, if I have a thought in my mind, I'm like, should I do this or that? I hate to overthink. I hate it. Like, with a burning passion, I hate it. All the time. Like, I tend to not have these decisions where they make me choose if I go left or right, and it makes me overthink because I hate it so much. So I tend to just quickly, like, get over the overthinking. Like, I don't list 1,000 things that could happen, because at the end of the day, we never know what will happen. So I kind of just pick one, because if they're both good options, a win is a win, right? And if one is not a good choice, guess what? You can go to the other choice. Like, and this is the whole thing with power of will. Like, we have the power to do anything, some people. But, like, if you have the opportunity to have many doors open for you, just choose one. Like, see what happens. Don't make a pros and cons list. Like, you at that point, you're just wasting time. Just get up and do it. Because if you don't like it, close the door and go to the next one. And you will learn an experience from opening that door and going through it. You will learn something that you will probably take for the rest of your life and be like, I never want to do that again. And you're just figuring out what you want to do and what you like. So it's okay to go in the door and be like, hey, like, do I fit in here? Oh, it seems like I don't want to be here. Close the door and go to the next one. It's okay. Like, it's not that big of a deal. And a big deal to you because you're just wondering what other people might perceive it as. Who cares? I promise you, they don't care. They might talk like the haters. They might say something like, oh, but you are doing this, doing that, doing that. Like, girl, at least I'm doing something. Oh, it's quiet. Like, at least I'm doing something. Like, dang. And then you realize, like, who your friends are and who you don't. So walk through that door. If you don't like it, close it. Go through another door. Make the opportunities for yourself. Like, go out there. See what might happen. Don't sit there and wait for an opportunity to happen to you, because it's not. Literally, I've learned that. Opportunity will not come to you unless you go and put something out there in the world. Like, if you're just sitting there at home and you're just sitting there, oh my God, I want to do this, I want to do that. An opportunity is not going to come to you. This year and a half, Maybe I thought an opportunity was gonna magically appear, but and I realized it didn't, and I was just like, what? Because like I said, I deserve everything and anything. But then I realized, like, oh, you gotta make something of yourself. Like, you gotta go out there if you want something. And I've learned that from my friends that I've seen that actually go out there and do stuff. Like, they are making things happen. I have one friend that literally booked a trip 2 days before going on it. Like, that is just so amazing. Like, I was just so inspired. I was like, oh, I need to get on her level. Or I need to just get my shit together. How about that? Like, hello, you just have to have your own wake-up call. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. Like, some come later than others. Some come fast, some come slow. You know what I'm saying? But, like, you really got to get out there to know where you're going. Like, you can't just sit at home. How do I get to your house? How do you get to my house? Like, first of all, you gotta leave the house to get to my house. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not leaving your house, how are you gonna get to my house? You know? It's not about the destination, because you know where you want to go. It's about how you get to your destination. It's not about when you get to the destination. It's about how you get to the destination. It might take you 10 years. It might take 15. It could take you 5. It might take you 6 months. Like, we just never know. But it's about how you get there. Not when. Not where you're going, because you know where you want to go. You know where you want to go. But you just don't know how. That's where it starts. Start planning. Get out that notebook. Start saying, I want this, and this is how I'm going to get it. When you're writing your goals tonight, make sure you say, and this is how I'm going to do it. And list out the steps. Say, number 1, I'm going to save this amount of money. Number 2, I'm going to get more hours at work. That's okay, though, because we get into the money. But number 3, you know what I'm saying? Once you follow that list, it will help you get to where you want to go. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy the light. Enjoy your life. And just please wake up. Just wake up and smile and smile. Okay? Thank you for coming to this mini chat with me while I rant. And I hope you want many, many more, because I am going to give many, 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 many more. Thank you.